Are you someone who tries to drive while distracted by your phone? Someone who props it up on the steering wheel or peeks down at it for a glance? Or just scrolls and scrolls? If so, you could be the next person to get into a fender bender, get a ticket, veer off the road, or even cause a crash that kills you or someone else. Enough with the phones already. Put them down and pay attention, or pay the price. You drive, you text, you pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
On today's Smart 7, Water UK want to clean up their mess, Rishi's big in Japan and lots more. It's Friday the 19th of May, it's National Endangered Species Day, and happy birthday Sam Smith.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
The public have been kicking up a stink about it for some time, but finally on Thursday the UK's water companies apologised for the repeated sewage spillage into Britain's rivers. In fact, they're going to triple their investment and plan a major overhaul of the UK's Victorian sewage infrastructure. The water industry body is called Water UK, and they're planning to spend £10 billion cleaning their mess up, as Water UK Chair Ruth Kelly explains after starting with an apology.
The first thing I'm here to do today is to say sorry. We understand as a water industry how upset and angry people are about untreated sewage going into rivers and onto our beaches, and we are determined to put that right.
Water companies pumped sewage into rivers and seas over 300,000 times last year, and environmental campaigner Ashley Smith wants to know why bill payers will end up paying for it.
Over the years, they've taken £72 billion in dividends. The Ofwat licences say that they can only take dividends if that will still allow the company to have enough money to finance doing its job properly. Well, we've heard an admission that that's not happening. So we'd like to talk about a refund of that £72 billion. I don't see why we should be paying again.
And despite the huge investment, the plan will only halve the current number of spills by 2030. That won't bother Tory MP Damien Green, though, who finds the smell of sewage somehow nostalgic.
I mean, I remember as a child in South Wales...
Swimming in sewage?
Swimming in sewage, absolutely. Oh, yeah. And it was sort of regarded as acceptable.
He's big in Japan, well, actually he's still 5'7", but Prime Minister Rishi Sunak certainly made a big impression as he flew in for the G7 summit. Rishi had his full cooking demonstrator charm fired up as he pitched the UK and, in his words, set out to
bang the drum for one of the world's most exciting destinations.
Innovation, investment and open trade. Those are the ingredients that will take the UK-Japan relationship even further.
The G7 summit will focus on Russia and China and how to deal with both superpowers in terms of technology and economic security. It could be a big few days for Rishi, but former British ambassador to Japan David Warren says he's made a good start.
I mean, that hits all the buttons that the Japanese investment community want to hear. Continued British government support for Japanese investment in the UK and continued government support for the trading relationship.
Russia continues to hammer Ukraine with cruise missiles and drone attacks in what appears to be an attempt to put the US Patriot air defence system out of commission. Ukraine continues to request F-16 fighter jets, but while European allies are happy to assist with training, it appears the final say rests with the US. With Ukrainian President Zelensky due to address the G7 summit this weekend, the pressure on Joe Biden and the US continues to mount. Meanwhile, UK Defence Secretary held a joint press conference with his Norwegian counterpart Bjorn Arild Gram on the risk from Russia in the North Sea. Ben says that the Russians have a number of worrying programmes which are designed to attack undersea cables and pipelines.
What we can say without doubt is Russia has the intent and the capability to target the West's critical national infrastructure. We have to have the intent and the capability to defend it.
The attack on the Nord Stream pipeline remains under investigation, and the Norwegian Defence Minister Graham was focused on how best to protect underwater assets.
It's an ongoing work, and we have to look at how we can be even better to monitor and protect this important infrastructure.
The US state of Montana has moved to ban the TikTok app in its territory. The popular social media platform is owned by ByteDance, which has close connections to the Chinese government and has drawn criticism over its data management practices. It comes as the US Supreme Court ruled in favour of Twitter in a significant case that effectively protects social media platforms from liability for content. Jenna Leventov, a senior policy counsel at the ACLU, says the Montana ban is a clear First Amendment violation.
By blocking this app, you are preventing those people in Montana from actually speaking in the first place on this app. And so we think that the courts would apply the highest level of constitutional scrutiny there.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Indiana Jones gets a surprise and West Ham are European finalists. Right after this. Welcome back.
There was one Premier League game on Thursday night which saw Newcastle thump Brighton 4-1. West Ham are the last remaining Premier League side in the Europa Conference League, and they had the second leg of their semi-final away to Dutch side AZ Alkmaar. The Hammers brought a 2-1 lead to the game, but it stayed scoreless until the 90th minute when Pablo Fornal scored to put David Moyes' side in the final. He was delighted to take the club to their first European final in 47 years.
It's a big achievement for the club, and we were in a semi-final last year, so sometimes you can say it's a one-off, but maybe doing 2 years in a row getting very close, but hopefully, as always, the bit now is to go and win the final. That's it.
He's just about to slip the fedora back on and pick up the whip again at a sprightly 80 years of age. He's Harrison Ford, or Indiana Jones if you prefer, and Thursday night saw he and fellow cast members, including Phoebe Waller-Bridge, attend the premiere of The Dial of Destiny. There was a big surprise for Harrison, though, as he was presented with an honorary Palme d'Or, and he was genuinely moved at the moment.
I'm very touched. I'm very moved by this. They say when you're about to die, you see your life flash before your eyes, and I just saw my life flash before my eyes.
You can't scratch your nose these days without someone suggesting AI could do it for you. But what if the sentient model of artificial intelligence went bad? Well, that's the question in a new movie from Rogue One director Gareth Edwards. It's called The Creator, and it's a dark science fiction story set in a future where AI is at war with humanity. Why not ask Alexa to book a ticket for September?
10 years ago today, the artificial intelligence created to protect us detonated a nuclear warhead in Los Angeles. For as long as AI is a threat, we will never stop hunting them. This is a fight for our very existence.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.